New Zealand USD. New Zealand USD is bearish. We cannot buy. Okay, it is bearish. It is bearish. Okay, but I would not advise that we jump in and start selling. This is where we should have entered sell. After the formation of this final top, which was on Wednesday, this is where we should have entered sell. So entering sell at this price wouldn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense, right? So before you consider selling, you should wait for price to pull back to into a premium zone before you consider selling. Okay, so you could also take advantage of the pullback. Okay, make some tips. But as you know, before you buy, you should see a bullish reversal candlestick formation, bullish engulfing pattern, doji, spinning bottom, armor, inverted armor. You see those patterns before you jump in and start buying. You can don't just jump in and start buying now. There is no confirmation yet. Okay, and if you are buying, you buy into a premium level. Okay, don't jump in and sell. It's not a good price to start selling. It's not a good price to start selling. Wait for price to pull back. So you could apply your Fibonacci, take it from this swing high to this swing low. So identify your fair value gap at a premium level. So you have this is the fair value gap above equilibrium. Okay, we have one here. We also have one here. There is a small fair value gap here. So you want to see price pull back into either this fair value gap or this. Okay, both fair value gap is above equilibrium. Both fair value gap is at uh, premium level. Okay, so that's my take on New Zealand USD. But I think this week we should expect more bearish move on New Zealand USD. A lot is happening all around the world. Okay, the war between Israel and Palestine. Okay, you can see why it's the reason why the dollar is strong and gold is also strong, because normally gold and dollar are inversely correlated, negatively correlated. What do I mean? If gold is bullish, US dollar should be bearish. If gold is gaining value, US dollar US dollar is gaining value, gold should lose value. But last week you will see that gold was gaining value and at the same time United States dollar was gaining value, which is not supposed to be. In a normal market condition, the US dollar and the gold should move in opposite direction. Now, why are both instruments, or why is USD and gold positively correlated at the moment? In times of uncertainties, when there is war in countries and other nations affecting other countries too, most will want to invest in gold and US dollar because they see it as safe haven. They see it as safe haven. So most people want to invest in gold and also in the United States dollar. They believe if anything goes wrong in the world, the USD will still be strong and gold also will still be gaining value. That's what we saw last week in the market. Okay, that's what we saw last week in the market. So USD is still very strong. The USD is still very strong. It's still very bearish. So if you are buying, you are counter trading. Okay, you're trading against the trend. There's nothing wrong with trading against the trend. You just have to know what you are doing. Okay, you have to know what you're doing. When you're trading along with the trend, very easy to make money. Price will just move in your direction, you know, very fast. Okay, but when you're trading against the trend, the price movement might be very slow, and most times you want to earn for your stop losses. Okay, so that's it on New Zealand USD. I'm bearish, but if I see opportunity to buy, I would buy New Zealand USD into a premium level, then look for a sell around that zone. Okay, so with that pair, if we got USD card, USD KPY, USD KPY. So start with the weekly time frame. So what do we have here? Last week candle. All right, this candle closed as what? Uh, this looks like an hanging man, or you call it a spinning top. A bearish spinning top indicates change in trend from bearish, sorry, from bullish to bearish. Okay, so I'm expecting a bearish move on USD JPY this week. Okay, let's go down to daily. Let's see what's happening on daily. Okay, so last Friday candle, okay, last Friday candle, we had a resistance. This is a double top, right? A double top pattern indicates change in trend. So we had a resistance. So if this resistance is broken, then we could see more bullish move on USD JPY. They could also want to hunt for stop losses at this previous high. They might. Also, they know that a lot of the traders would have jumped in to sell, and stop losses will be at this level, stop losses will be at this level, stop losses will be 3 pips above this level. So they might want to hunt for those stop losses before price starts dropping. Now, if I go down to, after looking at daily, I want to go down to 4 hour, 1 hour. If there are no fair value gap on those time frames, especially 15-minute time frame, I would not execute a sell trade on USD JPY. If there is no fair value gap on the lower time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. So let's go to 4 hour. Do we have a fair value gap on 4 hour? Okay, let me get back to it. Let's go down to 4 hour. Do we have a fair value gap on 4 hour? There is no fair value gap on 4 hour. You can see no fair value gap. So I can't sell. Let's go to 1 hour. What do we have on 1 hour? Do we have fair value gap on 1 hour? There is no fair value gap from this point. Do we have? No, there is no fair value gap. So the sell is not confirmed. The sell is not confirmed. So there's a probability that they will clear the highs. This high, there's a high probability. There are a lot of stop losses at this level. This equal high. They will definitely want to break this resistance. So after breaking this resistance, I would wait for a good bearish reversal pattern to sell. Okay, I'll wait for a good bearish reversal pattern before I sell. Okay, so the bearish move on USD is not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed. Let's see 15 minutes. Do we have a value gap for 15 minutes? The same way you identify the value gap on higher time frame, the same way you identify it on lower time frame. Okay, so if you look at 15 minutes, do we have a value gap on 15 minutes? Let's see from this point. Do we have, okay, we had one here. This was the fair value gap. The low of this candle, the low of this candle, and the high of this candle. That's a fair value gap. The high of this doji. That's a fair value gap. Do we have any other one there? Okay, we had another one there too. The high of this, the low of this candle, the high of this. Okay, so that's the fair value gap on 15 minutes time frame. But it's not clear. It's not clear. I wouldn't take the risk. See how price has been moving. It's been sluggish. The movement has been very slow. You can see this does not confirm or strong bearish move. You can see it doesn't. So I wouldn't risk this. I'm sure they're gonna clear these highs. I'm sure they would clear these highs before price start dropping. They would. This is not a clear movement. This is not a strong bearish move. It's like price has just been in a range, up, down, up, down, up, and there is no clear direction here. So that's my expectation on USD. Why I want to see them clear these highs before looking for sell opportunity. Okay, before looking for sell opportunity, they should clear all these highs, these stop losses at these levels. Okay, now if someone is saying fair value gap has been cleared, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now the time frame I'm working with here now, what is giving us the signal? Few minutes, please. Few minutes, please. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Okay. Now, what time frame is giving us a sell signal? The daily time frame, okay? Now, if the daily time frame is giving us a signal to sell, like as we have it here, last week candle, last Friday candle closed bearish. That is why I'm considering selling, okay? Because last Friday closed bearish, and the pattern we have on the daily is double top, okay? So that's the reason I'm considering selling USD JPY. Now, if the daily is giving me that signal, I should see a fair value gap on 1 hour. That's the way I trade the time frames. Okay. From daily, if I go down to 1 hour, I should see a fair value gap. If the fair value gap is not on 1 hour, it's not confirmed. That move is not confirmed. Okay. If you go down to 1 minute, 5 minutes, we will identify several fair value gap. I don't work with those fair value gap on those time frames, even 15 minutes. If I'm moving from daily, since daily is the reason I'm considering selling, then on 1 hour, I should see a fair value gap on 1 hour. If there's no fair value gap on 1 hour, I won't take that trade. So if you go down to 1 hour here, there is no fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. That is why I'm not considering selling USDPY until this highs is cleared. There is no fair value gap on like from this point, no fair value gap on 1 hour. There is no fair value gap. And you can see it's taking me time to find to look out to pinpoint the fair value gap. It's taking me time. You can see that it shouldn't suppose it's not supposed to be like that. Once you come to 1 hour, you're supposed to just see the fair value gap. But when you have to now be, trying to no. It shouldn't be like that. Once you come to 1 hour, you should just see the fair value gap. But as you can see, we can't see the fair value gap. There's no fair value gap on 1 hour. That tells me that the trend is not clear yet. It is not clear yet. Okay, it is not clear yet. And if you even look at what we have here on 1 hour, this is a spinning bottom, right? The next candle has closed bullish. This is a bullish reversal pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern. So that's my expectation. I expect this highs to be cleared. Then I'll look out for sell opportunity. If the price like it just keep dropping, I'm not going to sell. If it keeps dropping, I'm not going to sell. If I don't see that pattern, I would not sell. I would not sell. Okay. So that's it on USD JPY. So the last instrument we'll be looking at is, excuse me, is on gold. I was expecting a bearish move on gold last week. I actually took a sell trade because it entered into a premium zone. I took a sell and my stop loss they hit my stop loss. Okay. And I just left the market and I'm glad I left the market. I took that stop loss. I just left the market. If not, if I had held on to that trade, our account would have gone down. That's why it's very important that you use stop loss. Yes, I made some losses. It's good. I was out of the if I had held on, I know some people who were selling gold held on to that sell. And now they will be hoping and praying that price will pull back. You can see. They'll be hoping and praying that price will pull back. And we don't know. Price might just keep going up on gold. It might just keep going up. So what will happen to those people? They will lose their account. They will blow their accounts. That's just the truth. Don't fight the market. If you are wrong, get out of the market. That's what I've always, advised. Get out of the market. Use your stop loss. 20, 30 pip stop loss, 40 pip stop loss. Fine. Get out of the market. Wait for a good entry, a good setup before you attack the market. And so as you can see, it's obvious. Gold is still bullish. It is obvious. Gold is still bullish. Last week candle closed strongly bullish, strongly bullish. And I think it's if we let's this is weekly, okay. So after because of this candle, let's go down to let's go down to what's it called? What time frame? Let's go down to 4 hour. Okay, on 4 hour, you can see I'm moving from weekly to 4 hour. On 4 hour, there should be a fair value gap of 4 hour. Let's go to 4 hour. So do we have a fair value gap on 4 hour? Do we? We have. This is one. We had a fair value gap here, and I think price just traded into that fair value gap. So this is where I'm considering selling gold. This gap. We had one here. I was expecting it to sell at this point. So it traded above that level. That was my expectation. But it traded above this level. So since it has broken out from this fair value gap, this will be the next fair value gap, which is on 4 hour. So this is where I'm considering selling gold. So when price pulls into this fair value gap, I want to see a bearish reversal pattern inside the zone or few pips above the zone. That is when I will consider selling gold. So I'm actually looking for sell opportunity on gold. And if I sell gold this week, my target will be, it's going to be a swing trade. I'll be aiming for close to like 300 pips or 400 pips on gold. How long that will take? It might take 1 week. It might take 2 weeks. My target is at least 300 pips on gold. I'm going to hold the trade. And my risk will not exceed 40 or 50 pips. 40 or 50 pips. It could even be less than that. It could be 20 pips. But I'm aiming for 300 minimum. 300 minimum. Maybe if it gets to 200, I can close part of the profit. I can close partials, okay? But that's my take on gold. I'm looking for sell opportunity on gold this week. Sell. Though last last 4 hour can be closed as a spinning top, right? A bullish spinning top. So after the spinning top now, if I go down to 15 minutes and there's a fair value gap, I want to consider selling. If I go down to 15 minutes, because the reason I want to consider selling is this spinning top on 4 hour. But this is a bullish spinning top. Remember, if it's a bullish spinning top, it does not confirm that we have sellers in the market, right? This indicates that we still have buyers in the market. Buyers are still dominating. So we can't jump in and start selling. Before we sell, we want to see the next candle still close as a bearish candle before we sell. So we can't just jump in and start selling because we have a spinning top on 4 hour time frame, which is bullish. We can't jump in and start selling. So if we go down to 1 hour, what do we have on 1 hour? You can see what we have on 1 hour. Weak candles, right? Indicating that there's likelihood that the trend will change from bullish to bearish. That's what we have here. But it's not strong enough. It's not strong enough. Can't just jump in and start selling. I'm sure they're gonna clear this high. They're gonna clear this high. Price will move into this fair value gap. I'm sure. I'm sure. We might even see a gap when the market opens. It's likely there will be a gap on gold and most of the what's it called? Likely there's gonna be a gap because of what is happening all around the world. There's likely gonna be a gap. Okay. So let's go down to 15 minutes. If I go to 15 minutes and there's no fair value gap, I would not execute a sell trade. So let me go to 15 minutes. From 4 hours to 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, is there a fair value gap on 15 minutes? No. So it's not confirmed yet. That change in trend is not confirmed yet. So I'm not going to sell gold until I see a bearish reversal pattern, a very good one, and the fair value gap on 15 minutes time frame. That's when I will consider selling um, gold. I'm bearish on gold this week. I'm bearish on gold this week. USD if Euro USD is bearish, we should expect a bullish move on USD Both are negatively correlated. And you can see what we have here. This is a bullish candle, right? For our this looks like an armor, though not a valid armor. Let's start with the daily. So what do we have here on daily? Price tested a support, right? So it's a rejection from that support. Okay. There's a rejection from that support. Let's go to 4 hour. What do we have on 4 hour? You can see we also had a support here on 4 hour. With price get to that level. Okay, they almost tested that level, but they didn't get there, so we had a rejection. Okay, this is the reason for this rejection. This support zone is the reason for this rejection. You go back here, you see it's also a support at this level. Can you see that? And we also had a resistance here. Maybe that's the reason price didn't hit that support. You can see we had a resistance here which became a support. It could be that's the reason price didn't get to this support, which became a support. You can see that. So this is a bullish setup on USD CHF. USD CHF is a bullish setup. Okay, so let's go down to 1 hour. What do we have on 1 hour? I think USD CHF is set. It's set for buy. You see the candles formation we have here on 1 hour. It is set for buy. It is set for buy. So after the formation of this 4 hour, since from 4 hour time frame is the reason we are considering buying, I want to see a fair value gap after the formation of this bullish candle. I want to go down to 15 minutes and I want to see a fair value gap on 15 minutes time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes. Do we have a fair value gap? Okay, so we can do we have any fair value gap here? This 15 minutes. Fair value gap. Okay, I think we had one here. Yeah, a very small, the high of this candle and the low of this candle. Price has traded into that fair value gap. You can see traded into that value gap, the rejection from that level, and the market is currently trading above that fair value gap. Okay, so I think USD CHF is set for back for we might see price pull back into the fair value gap. Okay, price might still pull back into this fair value gap before it starts going up. Okay, so if I decide to buy USD CHF every day on Monday during London session, my stop loss will be at this level because there's possibility for price to still pull back into this. So I don't want to set my stop loss too close to this fair value gap. Okay, so my stop loss will be at this level. If this low is clear, then you should know that the trend has turned from bullish to bearish. So my stop loss will be at this level, not 50 below this level, at this level, because there's a fair value gap above this support. So my stop loss will be at this level, okay? But I'll prefer using this as my stop loss. Then if price gets to this level, let's say it gets to this resistance, I can now adjust my stop loss to maybe few pips. Okay, set my stop loss at this level or this level if price gets to this resistance. So I'm bullish on USD CHF. I'm looking for buy opportunity on USD CHF. I think two pairs that I think I have good confirmation. Okay, good setup is USD CHF and CHF JPY. Okay, those are the two pairs that I know the setup on those pairs looks promising. Looks promising. Okay, CHF JPY and USD CHF. As you know, USD CHF and CHF JPY are negatively correlated because on USD CHF, CHF is the counter. So if CHF is strong here, then it should be strong on CHF JPY. And on CHF JPY, CHF is the base currency. So if you are selling here, you should be buying CHF JPY. If you are buying here, you should be selling CHF JPY. I hope that is clear. So that will be all for today's session. If you have any question, I'm going to unmute you all now. So if you have any question, just unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic if you have any question.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Thank you for the analysis.
You're welcome.
You said CHF JPY correlate with USD CHF.
Yes.
So if USD CHF is buying, CHF JPY also will be buying or selling.
If USD CHF is buying, CHF JPY should be selling. If USD CHF is buying, If
Come again.
USD CHF is buying, if USD CHF is buying, if you are buying USD CHF, that means you expect the CHF, right, to lose value, right? If you are buying USD CHF, you expect the base, which is US dollar, to gain value and the counter, which is CHF, to lose value. So if you're trading CHF JPY, since you expect CHF to lose value here, what are you going to do here? You will sell, because the CHF you're expecting to value on this instrument is the base here.
Yeah.
So you would expect CHF also to lose value here. So you're going to sell it.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I want to know. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other question? Unmute your mic if you have any question. Steven, Mr. Tunde, if you have any question, Chifunaya, Mr. Mandy. No question?
It's clear, sir.
All right. No question? Mrs. Peters, no question? GBP JPY. Okay, let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY. So let's start with the weekly. What's happening on GBP JPY? Okay. So last week we closed as looks like shooting star, right? Let me go down to daily. Let's see what we have on daily. So what we have here indicates that the sellers are still in control. This is a bearish setup, right? This is a bearish setup from the daily time frame. Okay, we can just jump in and start buying uh, uh, GBP. So let's go back to weekly. If I'm to trade GBP, this is how I'm going to trade it. So after the formation of this candle that looks like an hammer, okay, you can see there was a strong rejection from this previous support. That is the reason for this hammer, right? There was a strong rejection from this support. So this is weekly. So what I want to do after this, the close of this candle, let me go down to 4 hour. I want to identify fair value gap of 4 hour time frame. Do we have a fair value gap here? Fair value gap. Do we have any? I can't find any fair value gap here. Okay, well, let's look at the current candlestick on 4 hour. What do we have here? This is a doji. This is a doji. I think the formation we had is similar with what we had on USDY, right? So this is a doji. After testing this, what's it called? Support. There is strong rejection from that level, and we had a doji. Doji indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. You don't want to jump in and start selling. If what you're seeing is sell, you don't want to jump in and start selling. This is where you'd have entered sell to make good profit on this move. Okay, so the current market price is not a good price to sell. You should wait for price to pull back into maybe resistance or resistance level or into a premium zone. Okay, you could just apply your Fibonacci. So don't jump in and sell with what we have on 4 hour. 4 hour indicates changing trend from bearish to bullish. So if you wait for price to pull into 61.8 or 79.0, okay, that's where you consider selling. Okay, we have a fair value gap here. this and this, which is above equilibrium. So you might want to consider selling around this zone. Okay, you might want to consider selling around this zone. Okay, so this is doji. Let's go down to 1 hour. What do we have on 1 hour? Now, after the formation of this doji on 4-hour time frame, I want to go down to 15 minutes to confirm if there's a fair value gap. Okay, if there's a fair value gap of 15 minutes, I want to see price pull back into that fair value gap before I would consider uh, buying. Let's go to 15 minutes. Do we have a fair value gap? No, there's no fair value gap. You can see, like, price has been in a range from this point to this point. So I cannot jump in and start buying. There's no fair value gap of 15 minutes. There was a fair value gap of 15 minutes. I want to see price pull back into that fair value gap before buying, but there's no fair value gap. So I expect that this low will be cleared. That's my expectation. This low will be cleared. Okay, then after this is cleared, then I'll look out for a good bullish reversal pattern before buying on GBP JPY. Okay, so that's my take on GBP JPY. I'm looking for buy opportunity on GBP JPY. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, we should see that setup. Okay, so that's my take on GBP JPY. I'm looking for buy opportunity because of what we have on 4 hour. Now, if this low is cleared, then we could see more bearish move on GBP JPY. We could see more bearish move on GBP JPY. Okay, Euro Aussie. That will be the last instrument for tonight's session, Euro Aussie. So let's start with the weekly. So what do we have here on the weekly? This confirms bullish. Okay, this confirms bullish. So if Euro Aussie is bullish, Australian dollar USD should be bearish. Australian dollar USD should be bearish. So this is what we have based on what we have on this weekly time frame. This is a bullish setup. This is a bullish setup. Okay, let's go down to daily. On daily, you can see we had price was in a range. From this point, you can see price was in a range from this level to this level. You can see last Thursday broke out from that resistance. So we might see price pull back into this test this support. Okay, this is a bullish support. So price might test this support before it continues with its bullish move. Or you can go down to, okay, we have, this is a fair value gap. We had a fair value gap here, right? This is the gap here. So you want to see price pull into this gap. Wait for price to pull into this gap before you consider buying. Look for a bullish reversal pattern inside this zone. Okay, so that's my take on Euro Aussie. This is a good setup on Euro Aussie. So I have a good setup on Euro Aussie, USD CHF, and CHF JPY. Okay, that's my take on Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie is likely going to be bullish this week. The probability is very high on Euro Aussie. Okay. So that'll be all for tonight's session. I appreciate you all for showing up for tonight's session, and I wish you all a profitable trading. I've always encouraged you guys, advise you never give up in trading. So much money to be made in this market. Okay, all you have to do is just keep studying, keep studying, keep studying, keep learning. Never give up. Doesn't matter how much you've lost. It doesn't matter how much you've lost. Keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Learn from your mistakes and ensure that those mistakes does not repeat itself. If the strategy is not working now, modify it, tweak it, okay, until it starts making you profit consistently. Don't give up. If others can make millions from this market, you also can make millions. It all depends on how dedicated you are, how committed you are to, learning this market. That's what it is. People are making millions and they don't have to heads. So if you can do it, you can do it. You can do it. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. Give it the time. Give it the time required. Okay? Give it the time. Keep studying. Keep studying. Keep studying. That's the secret. Keep studying. If you have any question, any challenge, send me a message on WhatsApp, or when we come on live streaming like this, you ask your question and it will be attended to. We all are all students of the markets. We keep learning every day. We keep learning every day. Nobody is knows it all. Yeah, nobody knows it all. So keep learning. Don't give up. Don't give up. All right. Do have a wonderful night.